Hello everybody, it's Storm here. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we went to Adamant Fortress to find out what was happening with the Grey Wardens and stop them from performing the ritual. So we fought our way through the fortress and interrupted the ritual, stopped them from performing it, and then the Tevinter mage who was controlling the Grey Wardens brought in the possibly false archdemon that Corypheus controls. And after desperately running through the fortress to try to chase down the mage, we ended up falling, and our character had the only option of basically opening a rift, and we are now in the Fade through the rift that we created. So we need to now explore the Fade and try to find a way out of here. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just take a look at the map for a second. Alright, we have spirits. Fears the Dreamers, the Pilgrim. I came to the Temple of the Sacred Ashes with the faithful, ready to help the Conclave. I prayed to the Maker for peace, but the mountain shook and fell and buried me. Alone in the darkness, my legs crushed. I cried in fear of a world with no Maker, fading in and out of dreams of monsters inside the black. Light my final hours, let me go to the Maker without the terrors of the darkness confounding me. Okay. What is this? Shadowed Viridian Crystal. Interesting. Oh, there's something else here. Present the item to the Pilgrim. Huh. Not sure what that did exactly. Hence pommel strike ring. I already took advantage of that supply clash before I started recording. Hastily written note. Maker, give me strength. When the Darkspawn came to Denrim, I wept so hard that I could not see, but still I fought for you. When demons poured from the sky with the temporal of sacred ashes, used to stand, my hand shook so badly that I could not aim my bow, but still I fought for you. When Corypheus and his archdemon destroyed Haven and killed my friends, I screamed until I had no voice, but still I fought for you. They are sending me to attack Adamant. They say the fortress is defended by an army of demons, and the odds are grim. We cannot win, but our distraction, our sacrifice, may give the important people the chance to do what is necessary. My stomach is knotted, and I see dead friends from old battles reaching out for me every time I close my eyes. Okay. Anything else get around in this area? Oh. Alright. Nothing too serious. A book. Let's see, I once studied the Fade as a scholar, dissecting it as a child might a rat or a frog. I was young and craved the power conquering the Fade could bring. I tried in vain to chart the paths, and when that failed, I attempted to secure them. In my arrogance, I struggled against the Fade's very nature. How does one pin down a dream? How can one control a thought so that it might travel always the same course from conception to completion? Only when I let go of my desires and humbled myself was the Fade opened to me. The spirits came and took it upon themselves to be my guides, my lanterns in the darkness. At their command, the paths grew still, and I could walk them again and again. I was shown vast oceans containing not water but memories, drawn from the minds of dreamers. I have drifted through frozen moments like paintings, perfect in each detail. As I explored this impossible realm, the spirits kept darker things at bay. I came to trust them, even love them, and I saw my own love reflected in them. To know the Fade, one cannot seek to master it. The Fade is the master, the teacher. We are merely apprentices. Writings of Magister Callistus, or Callistus of Terraven, known to some as Callistus the Fade Touched. Okay.
This place is creepy.
Alright. As far as I can go there. Not sure what that broken mirror did.
By the Maker. Could that be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia, most holy.
Cassandra.
Is it really her?
Cassandra, you knew the Divine. Is this really her?
I don't know. It is said the souls of the dead pass through the Fade and sometimes linger, but we know the spirits lie. Be wary, Inquisitor.
I fear the Divine is indeed dead. It is likely we face a spirit, or a demon.
You think my survival impossible, yet here you stand alive in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Really? How hard is it to answer one question? I'm a human, and you are?
I am here to help you. You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
How do you know I'm the Inquisitor?
The real Divine would have no way of knowing that I've been made Inquisitor.
I know, because I have examined memories like yours, stolen by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I would gladly avenge the insult this nightmare dealt my brethren.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Why do the demons serve Corypheus?
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
Oh, this sounds great.
The big demon Aramond was trying to bring through.
Yes.
It's nearby.
Yes.
Well, shit.
When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
Okay. Ah. Hold on, we still have another target. Okay, let's see.
Run while you can! Swarm them!
What's going on here?
Bring forth the sacrifice. Now is the hour of our truth.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me! What's going on here?
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
That's kind of what we already knew.
I never thought Andraste did this. I did this myself, through my actions. No maker required.
And now you may be certain. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now it knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
Something troubles you, Hawk.
I wondered if you might be concerned about the Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
Oh, I intend to.
Could that truly have been the most holy?
I do not know. We have survived thus far. Perhaps she did as well. She seems interested in helping us. That much is clear.
That's great and all, but the nightmare is the thing currently scaring the shit out of me.
Sounds like it preys on fear. Stealing people's memories, that's low, even for a demon. Memories make us what we are. A monster that takes them away. I don't want to think about that.
After what it did to my fellow Wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
Well, we'll see what we can do. Man, I figured the wardens were under Corypheus's direct control as well. A letter written in a shaking hand. Son, by the time you read this, the darkspawn poison will have claimed me. We gave all at Starkhaven. We bought time for the wardens to slay the archdemon, but when I smelled the corruption in my wound, I knew I would not live to see you again. Pyrrhus will want men to search the battlefield. He sees Starkhaven as rising to greatness, and the weapons of 100 dead Grey Wardens lying unclaimed on the ground will help him conquer the free marches. You must refuse. The battlefield is soaked with poison, and no speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams that battlefield now will die. Stall him however you must, and watch for the crows. Those birds have the good sense to fear the blight. When you see them gather, then you will know that the poison is gone, and it is safe to search the battlefield for trinkets to satisfy Pyrrhus. I will not be here to guide you, son, so you must learn from the crows. They watch patiently and let their fear keep them alive. Please, I beg you, watch the crows and do the same. Okay. Interesting. Oh, another one of those down there.
We have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think that pain will make you stronger? What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here, I hope. So by all means, let me return what you have forgotten.
Alright, the Claws of Dumat. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a grey statue, and great spikes jut out from its length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Dumat, and says the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it, as was expected, and Master smiled. It was good to see him smile again. He has been fearful of late, vexed by the loss of followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret, I've heard them discussing ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods, as is only just. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Corypheus, as it was the name he would take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Corypheus, told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and that in order to carry out the will of Dumat, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Corypheus told me to gather all of the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. That is the hall where the Claw of Dumat is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar, and pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I have sent my wife and children away, but I have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer where he used his blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his dreams. It is almost midnight. The Claw of Dumat, great and spiked and merciless, is all my mind can see. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Corypheus will take me, but not those I love. Words somehow preserved in blood at the statue's base.
Guess this nightmare wasn't such hot shit after all.
Surely these are but the nightmare's minions.
Just let me have this moment to hope, alright?
I guess it's up here. No, it's over there. Flowers. Fears of the Dreamers. I watched the blight take my land. I had nowhere to go. I intended the fields as I had, even as my flock died and my family sickened, my body racked by pains and chills. I saw too late the poison that had crept into the land. In my fever dreams, the sickness covered this whole world. And I wept in fear for the family I killed with my foolish pride. Show me this world survives. Show me the poison does not take everything. Place the flowers. Alright, so we got that one. And let's proceed on. Another one of these broken mirrors. Dexterity +1. Oh.
What are those things?
Giant spiders. Or giant spider-like things. Let's go this way first.
What's this?
What's this? Excerpt from a journal. They think they own us. They think they own us. Think they decide whether we live or die. They sit there smug in their armor, ready to cut off our heads for the slightest transgression. As though we don't strive every day to stay sane, to keep the demons away. They can't control us any longer. I won't go back to the circle, not ever. I thought about it last night, being back in the tower, their eyes on me, and all of it came back. All the years, head down. Don't clench your fingers, be a good mage, be a quiet mage. And I realized I don't want to make peace with the Templars. I want them to burn. I wanted so badly that the bed caught fire and wouldn't go out until Yvain iced it all over. It's still there inside me. I want them to feel the fear they made me feel. I want them to know what it's like. We're leaving for the conclave in a few hours. If those bastards so much as blink the wrong way, I'll let them see what an apostate looks like. General of an unknown village. Well. Rage demon. Is it dead? Guess it's dead.
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. The Kunari will make a lovely host for one of my minions. Or maybe I will ride his body myself.
I'd like to see you try.
Another rage demon. Two of them. Down.
Once again, Hawk is in danger because of you, Varric. You found the red lyrium. You brought Hawk here.
Just keep talking, Smiley.
Alright, so they are giving me like permanent stat boosts when I do those things, okay. I just didn't notice a little, the text there on the corner. Oh, nope, another one.
Your Inquisitor is a fraud, Cassandra. Yet more evidence there is no Maker, that all your faith has been for naught.
Die in the void, demon.
What does this say? Excerpt from a journal. I went to Deventer when I was a child. I remember dragon statues everywhere, big ones. I shivered as I walked between them, afraid they were going to bite me or breathe fire. My parents hushed me and told me the Magisters liked the dragons as a sign of their power. Dragons are beasts, mindless, terrible. The archdemon that comes with each blight is an offense to the Maker. We know all these things, but the Magisters don't care. And it is the same with the mages. So much danger, so much power in hands not ready for it. The mages only wish to celebrate themselves. The Magisters are what the mages of Ferelden and Orlais want to be, our rulers. Holding us in terror so that we wonder if they will bite as we walk by them. I joined the Templars to keep such mages under control. I have killed many since the rebellion we all saw coming. Now the Divine wishes us to meet with them at the conclave and give them a chance to make peace. I will go, I will smile, but if the dragon statue looks ready to bite, I will strike first. I'm not a child, and I will not be afraid. The Journal of an Unnamed Templar.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? You're a failure, and your family died knowing it.
Those must have been smaller fears. Servants of the nightmare. And, of course, they look like giant spiders.
You saw spiders? Spiders would have been a massive improvement from what I saw.
The demons look different to all of us. They take on the appearance of something we fear.
Well, now I feel better.
The Birth of Fear, in an elegant script. You're too young to worry, my child. Write your worries down here. All your fears are smaller once you have defined them. Listen to child's shaky hand. What if the Darkspawn come back? Father said one day he'll die. Darkspawn underground, Darkspawn under our house. Darkspawn coming up from the basement. The sun will die. Black bits on bread could be blight. Getting sick and dying from blight. Grey wardens coming to make Father go back. Father dying fighting Darkspawn. Dark patch on Father's arm that he hides from Mother. Father says he hears music. 20 onyx, that's nice.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger. There is not much time, Inquisitor.
There's a supply cache, but I want to fight first. Nope. Stay down. They die easy, but when they hit, they do hit hard. Alright, is the fight over? Let's just make sure. Clear the whole area. Alright, looks like it is. Alright, so let's go back to that supply cache. Make sure everybody tops off. Before we recover the memories, let's take a look at this. What is this? Fears of the Dreamers, the Grey Warden. I joined the Wardens to serve in glory. No blade could touch me, nor any claw pierce my armor. Still, I was fated by joining to die, alone in the deep roads, the calling in my mind. I sat by the last campfire I would see, allowing myself one last night of terror, and cursed the fate that brought me here. Let it be my choice to have served and died, let it be nobility rather than the dread hand of fate. Destroy my destiny, and let this be my decision. Okay. Let's recover the memories.
Keep running! The demons!
And I think there's one more kicking around here. A hastily written note. Lunette, the breach is sealed and the war between the Templars and Mages is finally over. All our fear and terror is finally ending as order returns to the world. I wish you could see the people celebrating at Haven. It is everything you would have wanted when you left for the Conclave. I will make your sacrifice a worthy one. What we do here with this fledgling Inquisition will shape all of Thedas. It will make you proud. Your flame will burn forever as a beacon of hope. Something is happening. The ground is shaking, and the soldiers are running to the gates. Rest well at the Maker's side, my daughter. I will sing your memory again soon. We love Elohim. Are we missing something? Ah, there it is.
Back in Haven. That's how I escaped. The demon! Keep running! Ah! Was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then she died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit.
You don't say.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
Let's see. Are you her memory?
Are you a memory of the Divine? A reflection?
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal Divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Assuming that the Wardens and their demon army didn't destroy the Inquisition while we were gone.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion!
To protect innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic. But you'd ignore that, because you can't imagine a world without the Wardens, even if that's what we need.
The Wardens are a risk. Send them away before they cause even more trouble.
Don't know that we can pass judgment on the only folks who know how to stop blights.
I don't know what to tell you. There are a few good ones. but an awful lot of the wardens I've known went crazy.
Now's not the time.
This debate can wait until we're out of danger.
Inquisitor.
The nightmare has found us.
Form up!
I'm with you.
Alright, let's fight these things off.
Make it take you.
Spider fangs. Letter. What does it say? Letter in a child's simple writing. The door's open. Mother said to run. She said the darkspawn were coming. She wanted me to go. The door's open. It was closed when I left. She said she would be right behind me. She said not to come back, no matter what. The lamps are lit all over the village, even during the day, to see through the smoke. Mother should be here by now, but the door is open. I'm going to look inside.
Warden Stroud, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction. When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
The Maker's blessing will end this wretched.
Drop him. Oh. A tarot card. Place the tarot card and take the strength +1. And there's another one of these mirrors here. This is going to give me willpower +1. Good.
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
Yeah, that's convenient.
I guess things just float whenever they feel like it here. Wonder what's up there.
The laws of nature and the Fade. It is simple to say the laws of nature do not apply in the Fade. While traveling in the Fade, it is often confusing for mages. It is rarely so chaotic as to defy description. In fact, while the placement of items may seem random, those items usually operate as we would expect them to in the real world. A book opens to show pages. Although the pages may be blank or lined with gibberish, a pen and inkwell let a user write. The pen may write on its own, and the inkwell never runs dry. Those items that float usually hover at the relative height where they would have sat had the objects meant to support them existed. Candles suspended in the air as though held by a phantom candlestick, for example. Why laws of the Maker bent but not fully broken? Why does a book not turn into a dragon or a statue explode into countless shards of energy? The answer, I believe, lies in the fact that the items we see in the Fade were most often made by the hands of men. A statue is a created thing. The mortal hands that shaped it gave it purpose, and it knows what it is meant to do. The objects that strain against the laws of nature are ironically those that are more natural themselves. Great stones, for example, hang in the sky. No hand has ever touched them. No mortal mind shaped them to purpose. I suspect, though, we may never know, that if dwarves dreamt and shaped the fate with their own perceptions, the rocks would not float.
Or maybe it's best we never find out.
Alright, but we are getting long here on this episode. This has taken quite a bit longer than I had anticipated. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and stop here. Hopefully we'll be able to finish up the rest of this section. Maybe reach the this fear demon and kill it when we come back. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.